What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another MFL video where today we're going to be looking at the brand new information from MFL, including the new trailer, the new card designs, a little bit of a new site look, a new logo, and getting involved for Season 7, guys. That's right, Season 7 is upon us, Rollover Day is here. The pack store should be open pretty imminently with, of course, photorealistic players coming, which is awesome. So we're going to start here today, guys, with this. Let's just watch it together.
It all started with a few lines of code.
Yes.
A wild dream.
Wild dream.
A Discord server.
Indeed.
A handful of believers.
Nice.
Back in November 2021, MFL was just an idea. And yet, we believed. All of us. 3 years on, we've come a long way. Together. Clubs, matches, wins, losses, rivalries, triumphs, record-breaking sales. Thousands of decisions driven by a shared vision.
Oh, look at that. That was, that's me. That was interesting, wasn't it? Is that the history of the card design there? And the pack designs as well? Is that what they used to be like? Obviously, this is part of a game that I didn't play. I didn't join until Season 2, Season 3.
There is so much going on in MFL right now.
C'est vraiment trop bien. Il faut que les gens s'amusent dans le moment et que ce soit l'intérêt principal.
A global, passionate community. Creators telling our story. Tools built by you, for you. Voices echoing week after week.
Le poteau rentrant de Gilles Lecomte.
Splash of the week.
Wow!
This is the world of football you built. 750,000 matches played,
It's a lot
2
of
million
games.
goals scored, $5 million traded, and we're only getting started. Now a new chapter begins. This is our new identity. Bolder, sharper,
really nice
more
graphic,
ambitious.
to be fair.
Football
A
in
nice
motion.
logo.
A game evolving with you. New players, new visuals. A whole new level of immersion. This is
That little Easter egg
MFL
there.
reimagined. Welcome to a new
It's,
era.
But the card designs we'll take a look at in a moment. Is that a new player page? Look at that. That's a redesigned player page, that is. I like that. Stats, history, and progression. Oh, I like that. With that, guys, it says the brand rebuilt. We've rebranded MFL from the ground up. A bold new logo, a sharper, more modern identity. It's designed to turn heads, make a statement, and reflect just how far MFL has come and where we're headed next. And it is a nice redesign, a nice brand logo for sure. This is what I like. This Wednesday, so tomorrow, the first ever photorealistic MFL players arrive in packs. In the following days, the full transition happens. No more cartoons. Think real faces, real presence, real emotion. Your squad is about to feel alive. And guys, these look incredible. Yes, they are very akin to FC/FIFA Ultimate Team cards. What I really like about this, which is something I don't think MFL have touched on yet that I'd like to hope to see in the very near future, is special edition cards. Or for example, I mean, they could have done this with the cartoon edition cards as well. But for example, the player card, like let's say Jean-Su gets golden boot, having like a special trim on the card to signify that he's won something, having maybe a badge on the card, like there's enough real estate there to start putting accolades, or maybe making the card have the ability to have a back so that you can see the accolades on the card. Could be quite fun. With that being said though, these card designs are just beautiful. They are brilliant. And I'm sure they'll probably get iterated actually over time. It also says, we've always said MFL is more than a game. This is us taking the next step to make that fact more obvious to anyone. Photorealistic players open the door to custom kits, evolving appearances, and that's something that's quite interesting. Like as a player ages, do they look older? It's going to be interesting. Does their hairstyle change maybe? Does their career changes? Interviews, highlights, a more immersive world, and the next frontier of MFL. This here, right? This, like, one thing that I've loved about the internet and AI and Web3 gaming is the ability to create a fantasy world and make it a reality, you know. And I think actually owning an AI player, like giving them a personality, them having interviews, like being able to see actual highlights of this AI player's career, I genuinely think we're at like the precipice of a genuine new world, not just in MFL, but in like how gaming is interpreted really going forwards. And the fact that MFL are going to be seemingly at the forefront of this is a wonderful, because I think they have the capabilities to really send us into a new world. So I'm excited for that to come as well. Now let's close this down. We've got MFL here. Now guys, if you're interested in joining MFL, there is not really a better time than right now. Use the link on the screen or in the pinned comment or in the description. And upon signing up and completing your first objective, your objective milestones there of spending $25 or more on packs, you will get a free player. Obviously, if you wait until Wednesday, that player will be one of the first photorealistic players, which will be pretty awesome. And you can see here, guys, we've had a little redesign. The text is a bit different. The typography is a bit different. There's like, you know, nice little new color scheme underneath. I do think there's still a fair bit to go, so to speak, with Season 7 and the redesign and stuff. But for the most part, oh, look at that. Trophies, beautiful. For the most part, it's a really, really, really nice upgrade on the site. That's not the only thing we're here to talk about today, though, guys. Obviously, we have had Rollover Day, and this is why it's a great time for you to get involved, guys, right now, because transfer window and registrations are now open. The drop comes tomorrow. The season doesn't start until next Wednesday, so we've got plenty of time to get our teams in order. And I've got this week now to get myself in order with the lore teams that we've been building and actually get a little bit of a history built up with them and figure out the ins and outs of them. I will do that this week, no doubt about it. I'll do it on stream, I think, as well, actually. But also, it's when it comes to Rollover Day, one of the most anticipated moments, at least for me personally, is have my players entered into the retirement stage or not. Before we get into that, and a tip that I just want to give people, like it's mostly common knowledge now, but I still want to give the tip anyway. Before I get into that, I did sell Conde. Fahad here, he was driving a hard bargain. He offered $8 initially, and I just said like, I need $12 for this player. He's only 22 years old, and he has progressed a bit this season. He went from 49 up to a 53. I honestly just can't. I can't turn down $12 for a player that just didn't really do much for me personally. He's in a farm team, and he was actually in the Spark to Glory team there. And I just don't think that, you know, after that first season there, he played 16 games, didn't get much progression. Second season, played 17 games, got a decent amount of progression. He is a decent centre-back as well, to be fair. You know, he's got good pace, good defending, and good physical for his overall rating. But I'm happy now to start selling players and actually maybe even selling teams, or just having dedicated farm teams with my bottom feeder players, my full-blown bottom feeder players, to just kind of build them into, set the teams ahead of time and then be done with it. And the reason why is because I really, really, really want to create an immersive world within my own agency where the teams that I've got, I take good care of, I understand a lot, and I try and balance my own finances. I want to like treat each football team like a real world football team. I want to have each football team having buys, like, you know, purchases and sales, have the ability to try and progress. You know, maybe one season we'll pick a team and take over them, spend a couple $100 improving the team, seeing if we can like recover some of the revenue. And so I think selling is a big part of that. And so when some offers come in for my players and they're actually decent offers, I'm more than happy to sell the players. And so we'll see how that goes over time. But when it comes to the aging process, obviously players can age. The earliest age year is 32, and the earliest retirement year is 32. The oldest retirement year is 42. And so when your players turn 29, you have that risk of them getting that yellow symbol of death. And that means they've got 3 seasons left. If you don't get that yellow symbol of death, you are guaranteed 4 seasons, because you're obviously guaranteed this season. And then if next season they get the yellow symbol of death, you're guaranteed the final 3 seasons for them. I was really lucky in the sense that I only got 2 new yellow symbols of death. I also was really lucky in the caliber of player that they were, but I was really unlucky in their general career span. And it's something that I would like to, I guess, address within MFL. So first of all, we've got Richel. He's got this season and next season. I bought him last season in the hopes that, I paid $23 for him, which isn't even that bad for a 74 rated. He might even tier break because he's still progressing. But I've still got 2 seasons with him, and he'll be helpful to earning me more. Is it worth the $23 in terms of the amount of MFL that I've earned back from him? Maybe, maybe not. And that's where, again, I'd love an account history of how much MFL specifically has been won with teams that he's been in. Maybe it's something, again, that I'll have to manually start doing until it gets automated. And then we've got Hedstrom. This is his last year. So he is going to be my first retiree at the end of this upcoming season. Quite disappointing that he's retiring as well, because he's somebody that I paid for $18. I bought him for, last season, which is his penultimate season. He started progressing a lot. So it's really like I bought him, I think, at 28, and then the next season, the next rollover day, we ended up getting the yellow symbol of death, and now he will be finished. And it's really a shame because he's going to retire whilst progressing. And I think as MFL goes on and as the years go on, I think making sure you get optimal training and XP strategies is going to be really important, because you do not want to leave a player in a position where they could have been better and you missed out on that opportunity. As for my future retirees, something that's really good, Mezaros, who I also bought for $15, he's not retiring now. So we've got 4 more seasons at least with him. He hasn't really progressed much, but he's not progressing. Trevisan as well. I think he's I own him. He was one of the first players that I ever picked up. But you can see with him, almost no progression over 5 years. He's not doing anything for us. Marcelo here also hit 32. Isn't progressing any further. I bought him for $1. Looks like that was a good purchase as well, because he's tier broke. I could probably sell him for a lot more now. And then we've got some of my better players here, like Medeiros. He was somebody that I just recently purchased 2 seasons ago as well for $15. We're guaranteed 4 more seasons out of him. Love that. We've got Usta, 30 years old. I think I packed him. Oh no, I bought him for $38. And he's tier broken with us as well, which is great. So he's not retiring yet. Komatsu is now 30. Aparicio is now 30. We've got quite a few 30-year-olds that have turned 30. They've escaped it. But the 2 players that I've got that haven't escaped it is this guy. So Block here, he's going to be retiring at 33 years old, the end of season 9. Now, when I tell you guys I was quite lucky with these retirees, it's because they're solo rated, and one of the purposes of them is open those 600 common packs. You get a whole bunch of different opportunities, right? Either you get somebody who's really young and has great chance of long career and earning you lots of MFL, or being sold for a decent amount of profit, or you get someone who's kind of not going to have the most flourished career, and they just go into your farm teams to help you earn more MFL, and 600 MFL at that cost is not too bad. The thing that bothers me, it's not like a huge bothersome issue, right? But I personally think a player should have a guaranteed minimum number of years. So if I understand the MFL the way I understand MFL, when a player is born or pulled from a pack, you get a dice roll effectively from 0 to 10 for their career and what time they retire. So if you get the dice roll of 0, they retire at 32. If you get the dice roll of 5, they retire at 37. If you get the dice roll at 10, they retire at 42. And you've got a better chance of getting the dice roll of like 3, 4, or 5. Like I think the average retirement age now is like 34 or 35 on average. So obviously you've got that kind of like that dice roll there to kind of give a little bit of unknown within like players' careers and how long they'll last. The issue I have, or like the thing that is a little bit frustrating, is this guy came out of a pack at 28 years old. He is now 30 and has entered into his retirement years. So I am going to get just 5 seasons with this player, and I think that is devastating. It's not too bad for me in this instance, and it wouldn't be too bad for anybody in this instance because he's only 49 rated and he hasn't progressed a single bit in those first 2 years. So this is probably, his peak is probably 50 or 51 at most, right? And so in an instance like this, it's not a problem. But imagine if you opened a rare pack and you got like an 87 rated player that was 28 years old and then they retired at 33 or 32 even. How furious would you be? I think they're, for me personally, and we're like this guy here is even worse because he was born at 27, but he is retiring at 32. So he also only is going to have a 5-year career. Again, I'm reasonably lucky the fact that it's just a 49 rated goalkeeper. It's not any of my like top end stars that have got these really, really short careers. But I do think players either need to come out of packs at a much younger age generally. Like, I don't think 27 and 28 should be years that players are born. I think maybe 26 should be the maximum, which would give you a guaranteed minimum of 6 seasons. But, and I know maybe like MFL probably thought about this anyway, but I reckon like, I don't know what kind of like negative impact it would have on the game, generally speaking, but I reckon you should have the ability to have guaranteed minimum 10 seasons. I suppose that would be hurtful in terms of really understanding when a player is going to retire. Like if there's a player who's born at 27, they've got till at least 37, whereas if a player is born at 22, you don't know, like they could have 15 or 18 years. So I also think it might enable people to kind of really map out progression and use past years to predict future years when you've got that sort of situation. But I just feel like maybe there needs to be a little bit of a shuffle in this situation, because for me, again, it's all right because my agency is quite large. And I lucked out that the 2 retiring players are just super low rated and just part of farm teams. But I can imagine if you was like new to the game and you went and opened a pack and you got a guy, even if it was like an uncommon pack or something like that, and you got a guy who's like 27 or 28 years old, then the next season he gets a retirement thing, I can imagine you'd just be like stressed about that. On a brighter note, I fortunately only got 2 players that are now going to be retiring. Everybody else is absolutely fine, which obviously for me is going to be good because we've got 88,000 MFL. I've actually got 72,000 MFL for myself, which means when the store opens in a couple of hours, I will be able to rip open like lots more of these packs again and put another 100, 200 players into my agency and maybe sell some of them, maybe get some really lucky players, and then start building my teams up again. So that's where we're at, guys. I just, as I say, it's a good chance now. If you buy a starter pack, it will be a Flint League pack, but you're guaranteed to get, if you buy a club, you're guaranteed to get a starter pack, which contains a small chance to get limited, uncommon, rare, and legendary players as well, and you get 2 players. And also, if you bought this club, got the free starter pack, you'd also get a free player from me for the affiliate side of things. So it's a good time to get involved, guys. I wonder if the Flint League is here yet. No, I'm very curious to see what the rewards are going to be for the Flint League. But yeah, just a bit of a shorter one for today, guys. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.